Hello all, Ruckus here. Today, just a quick one. I wanted to run through the upcoming patch that is 1.6 that is due to drop tomorrow, the 21st of January. The patch notes were released today. Not a whole lot of excitement in there. They've made a few changes to icon displays for vehicles, metal descriptions, and text and currency displays. Not very exciting stuff. The LTP has had a massive rebalance though. Its hit points have gone from 230 all the way up to 345. The gun is more accurate, dispersion down by 23%, but the reload has been nerfed from 2.4 seconds to 4.34, so that's bad news. And the biggest change I can see here, I don't know if this is a typo or not, but view range down from 310 meters, which is bizarre because that's more than tier 10 medium tank view range, down to 220 meters. So maybe that's a typo, or maybe I've just missed the most OP tank in Blitz to date. But let's move on to the exciting stuff we can expect tomorrow. First up is the new map, Castile. It's a mix of open and town combat by the looks of it, with a central castle up on a hill. It looks very similar, aesthetically at least, to the maps Province and Abbey on PC and Xbox. And I'm going to stick my head out and guess that it is a symmetrical map. It certainly looks like it, with the two teams starting on opposite sides of that waterway that courses around the castle. Now onto the biggest change for patch 1.6, the introduction of the new British heavy line, 9 new vehicles from tier 2 to tier 10, starting down here at tier 2 at the Vickers Medium Mark II, the Vickers Mark III at tier 3, and the Matilda at tier 4. Now, I've played on PC the British line, the heavy line that is, all the way up to tier 10. It's one of the few lines in World of Tanks on PC that I did make it to tier 10 on, and I skipped these early vehicles. I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about them. I know the Matilda is very well armored with a little pop gun that doesn't do a great deal of damage, but good overall armor. The other two I don't know a great deal about, so let's move on to the Churchills. The Churchills were infantry support vehicles. They have guns you would expect to see on a medium, high rate of fire, but low alpha damage. Well armored though they are very, very slow. The Churchill 7 I found very enjoyable, and the Black Prince was one of my favourite tanks of this line. I found the armor was substantial for the tier if you angle it correctly, and the gun, whilst it won't strike fear in the enemies, it only does about 200 damage per shot, I believe. We'll have to see the stats tomorrow, but if you can catch them out in the open, the high rate of fire means you can whittle away their hit points quite fast. Moving up to tier 8, we've got the Canalburn. It has better mobility, but that same low alpha gun with a high rate of fire, and the armor is average, which is a punish once you start seeing tier 9s and 10s. This was my least favorite vehicle of the line, and maybe even World of Tanks in general. But the Conqueror at tier 9, once you've got it upgunned with the top turret and that 120mm L1A1 gun, which finally gives you in this line proper heavy tank alpha damage and laser-like accuracy. It is an amazing gun. This was my favorite tank of the line. The tier 10, the FV215B, is a strange-looking beast with a rear-mounted turret. It has that same L1A1 gun, which is fantastic, but the tank itself is difficult to use. Not good gun depression. You need to master the art of side scraping, but that is difficult because the armor is not outstanding on the whole, and the engine, the fuel tank, and the ammo racks are very vulnerable in this thing. Not an easy tank to master. And so that is the extent of what we are expecting tomorrow. Really looking forward to getting into this new line and that new map. And I think the question has to be asked, we're seeing a lot of British tanks come into the game. Will they introduce the TOG-2, the lumbering hulk of oversized health pool Land Wales school bus English super heavy premium tank that is the most hilarious thing to drive? I think they should. Premium tanks on Blitz have only that single role of extra credit making, unlike PC where there's a secondary role that is to help skill your crews as you take a crew through the line. That doesn't exist on Blitz. And so having a tank with a bit extra comic value, I think, would be a good thing. You cannot have a bad time driving in or fighting against a Tog. It is impossible. So please, Wargaming, bring on the Tog 2 in Blitz. And I think I'll leave it there, guys. I will catch you all in patch 1.6. Good luck out there. Peace.